Destructors. You combo with the Ash, that's two of the fastest and most effective ones. Then it brings Sexy Cake with a Sledge, also has grenades. Definitely not something that you can really keep away. But I'd like to see how this side is defended here. It's not your typical position to be.
Yeah. We'll see if this Maestro factors in as well from Bibu. As those Evil Eyes could definitely help with that big, wide open area they have. They're also going to help with the upstairs here. You see them sneaking one in to kind of help control that hallway in the entrance there from stock. Says the second one there as well. Now that's going to be one to try and stop the Hibana from opening up the hatch if they go for that, because you're not necessarily going to be looking in that corner. So if he times it right, he could try and shoot off those 6 discs. Unfortunately, with a hatch, though, even a single disc left alive is enough to open it.
Yeah.
So that is the difficult part. If it was a wall, you know, maybe you deny at least most of the wall, if not all of it. But yeah, this is definitely going to be timing being the real issue. But that means if that's what they're planning to do, then they're going to have to get a call when they're somewhere near that, when they've pushed in from stock or have control of the hallway, so he knows to switch on his cams then. Because he doesn't want to stay on the cams the whole time. He wants to be able to play as ACOG as well, I imagine. You
can definitely tell that Team Liquid were not really expecting open area to be played by Vitality here.
For good reason.
Obviously. Very good one. So now Team Liquid are just scouting around, making sure that there's no many ruses that are being set up by Vitality. Now, a big thing about defending open area is that if you don't have a Mira, I mean, she's available to be picked here, but Vitality are not going for her. You kind of need to have some sort of hold on the top stairs. You basically defend with most of your players outside of the site and rely on your knowledge to rotate back onto it. Taking control of archives, taking control of Teller's office, very important as well for the attackers.
We'll see if they can manage to get that Teller's control. It's a slow push in there, but they are droning very, very carefully. You see them making sure that everything they see that's suspicious, like a hatch being open or a wall being rotated, is definitely something that they're using to try and figure out what they need to do for this attack, but it is a very careful attack. That's what I like to see from Liquid here.
And we could see late reinforcements as well coming up in the office and open area. So
see if they spot that the Maestro cams. Setting up 2 Maestro cams close to each other is kind of a nice decoy, because they're going to see the one on the wall and then be less suspicious and less looking for the one that's on the actual floor. But both those can be easily taken out by the sledgehammer, not even having to waste Zophia's utility. We'll see if they spot it. But he's actually going to be busy sledging the CEO floor here, which of course is what he was brought for, essentially.
Yeah, just to have a line of sight into archives to deal with any players playing down there or trying to rotate back onto the site. And Zig lands the first one on to Zephyr. So that's now the castle eliminated from the round. It's down on the floor. There you go, in the office. And Nesk will just come on in. Rafal will get one, though, onto Sexy Cake. Turns into a 4v4, and as he's tapping away at the barbed wire, it's Bride that finished him off. So now, advantage for Vitality with an extra one from Rafal. The Bandit going ham here with Bullet and PSK, last 2 alive. Bullet looking down from the trading hallway here in the hatch. They'll try to contest against the Valkyrie. Unfortunately, can't really deal with that. And Bullet will get one onto Rafal. It's a 2v3, and because of that, we'll see the Valkyrie coming up to get the kill. 5 seconds left on the clock. Bullet has already gotten one onto Bride. Is there still one on the site to contest him? Yes, there is! Bibu picks up with the Maestro and lands the last kill.
3-1 here. Vitality definitely doing quite well on this map. A lot of it's just coming down. They have a lot better angles. They have a lot better map control. When they're holding an area, they're holding at very effective angles. They're seeming to counter Liquid's pushes. The droning from Liquid isn't really helping them a lot on these attacks. They're not, because we're seeing a lot of long angles being played and a lot of smart angles, to where when Liquid try and push, it's not like, oh, there was someone around the corner that we didn't get caught by, although that did happen at least once. It's more just that the smart angles being played by Vitality are Liquid pushing into them time and time again, because they see the rooms clear from the droning, so they push in, and it's just the setup is there every time from Vitality. But Montaigne here...
No, I think it's going to be Monty and Blitz.
That could be a 6 pick off, though, just teasing it, because you usually don't want to reveal a Montaigne.
Yeah, there we go. This makes a lot of sense. Whoa. The Blitz is the shield that's going to push from the red hallway. So you need the Hibana for this. There's no way it can work with any with just a Thermite. You need to open up all the hatches, especially the one in open area and an office in open area. So once those are opened, you'll have the Blitz trying to push in from the hatch to go in through the red stairs in the back, deal with the smoke, deal with anybody that's playing in the back there. And once that's done, you already have the Monty inside, so he can just push in and go for a plant himself. Though we've seen a few combos here and there. The Zofia will be a good combo, as well as Zig's Zig on the Dokkaebi to help out with the calls, giving information to all the players, but especially those shields, especially the shield of Sexy Cake here on the Blitz. So it's got to be very interesting to see how this is set up. Rafal has already set up his evil eyes. As you know, it's like an echo. You always have one yokai somehow to watch the back of the garage, just in case.
Well, Brede on the Legion is definitely going to be extra important this round, and he's going to need to stay alive as long as possible. Along with the Spark as well, just having those Grismont mines is definitely going to make it so it's a little bit harder to push some of those spots because you're going to get hit by those stuns. But that's never seemed to affect Sexy Cake too much. I feel like he's still effective. He's actually going for a sewer push. It's a little bit of a long jog here for him, but he's going to get on over there with Nesk's support. And they're just going to take from the sewers here. So, not sure why.
It doesn't want to ruin the sneakers, I guess. They're not going to push two shields right.
Yeah, that seems a little weird. This is a little bit of a late change to what they're going to do.
I think he's going to run around to garage now.
That would make
either from garage or contest from open area.
It looked like they were setting up an evil eye at the tip of garage as well, so they might actually spot him coming in. But it looks like he's going to rotate around instead. So they're definitely making some change-ups based off the intel they're getting. They know that garage is definitely being contested, so Zig's going to have a little trouble fighting this. He's going to have to time it right because those cars really can work out for the defenders.
Yeah, I see playing in the back here. I believe it's the Maestro. There you go. You can see those boots. You can see the outline. So Rafal just looking in. The one angle that it can get pushed by, and Zig knows where he's at, but he doesn't know the angle that he's holding. And you kind of predict that this is really the only position that he can get pushed from.
Gonna watch his little dance show while the rest of the shields do their job here, pushing onto servers, but they have yet to take the servers, and it's still 1:30. So they need to they haven't even cleared the barbed wire to get in. Sexy Cake already taking damage as well. This is not looking like an effective push from Liquid.
Gizmot's thrown in from Bullet as there you go. They'll even tag PSK, push him out of his utility,
there
and Nest just finds the shot on Spark. All right, this still works well. Gonna push in the second shield as well from the main stairs, trying to deal with the player in the back of the servers. That's Brede with the Legion. Is there going to be a smoke push thrown in from the Monty? No, it's just Sexy Cake moving in from the side. There's so many angles that the Legion has to watch out for. He's burning so much time right here. There you go. Finally, Nesk will get the kill. But look at that. Only 44 seconds left on the clock. The call will come in and force the Maestro out of position from the garage. And this is an easy position now for...
Wow.
Get it. Rafal finds the headshot onto Zig. It turns it into a 4v3. But now the shields will very much come into play. However, there has not been enough time to trade off as many of these smokes as possible. We'll need to use utility to push Bibu away. He will be the big linchpin for Vitality in this round. They need this fourth one to really put themselves up ahead. Gas canister thrown into the back of Sexy Cake is low on health. 5 seconds left on the clock, and Diffuser is not set just yet. The Monty will go down to Bibu. He gets the second one. No, it's Bullet. He'll get one, and there you go. Not enough time for the defenders to plant as he downs the Habana. Doesn't finish her off. That is more than enough. Just spraying through off of the information of the hatch of the drop. And that is Vitality with 4-1 against the reigning champions of Pro League on Bank.
Looking very good for them on this map, and as I said earlier, this is one Liquid have yet to show before during Pro League, whereas in this case, Vitality have shown it twice, and they've done a very good job on it, although they didn't win it every time. They've definitely learned a lot. Brede actually maybe bringing the first buck here, as we see, potentially, as well, and then Spark going to bring that Jackal. Of course, this is Jackal's map, and then there's Glaz, Zafir going to bring it, which is can be very effective on this map just because the way you can use it from those long angles from those windows, especially if you're attacking CEO. In this case, they're going to be going for lockers first. So we'll see how this goes down. But Liquid really need a comeback here because this could be them just getting knocked out immediately. There's no losers bracket here to come back from. They're just done and they just get to watch after this. Unless that's incorrect. There's a loser bracket? Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking of the group stage, duh. Once it gets to the playoffs, there's no losers bracket.
Yes. Here in the group stage, Liquid will have the opportunity to go through again. Unfortunately, if they lose this out, the only way they can get out of Group A is through the second spot.
Yeah.
There's no other way. We might see, potential Vitality Liquid rematch. We might see Vitality just walking out on day 2 with a victory and have day 3 to relax. Basically, day 3 and day 4 really to relax before we get into the playoffs. So, you know, really, Vitality are looking really, really good here.
Yeah.
And that was on the defense. Now, it's not just because they played CCTV. It's because they won open area. You know, they won CEO even. They had no problem playing really whatever site that they were on. So Team Liquid here have quite a bit of ground to recover.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see that kind of comeback from Vitality on last map, so definitely when you're down like this, you kind of tend to stay down against teams like this, but at least the side switch gives them an opportunity to play a little bit differently. However, Vitality are very strong on their attacks, as we know, very methodical, and the way they seem to know the angles and the ways to play for map control on this particular map, I'm definitely thinking Liquid might not make it through this. SexyCake going to be playing that Pulse again, something that we talked about. Zig very effective on, so this should be interesting to see how well he's going to be playing on that. We did see him last time playing with barbed wire instead of C4, which was a bit of an odd choice. Zig unfortunately going to get tracked here by Spark.
We'll see, the unfortunate thing here for Liquid is that they've had a strong showing in map 2, but Vitality definitely have their number in our third map here on Bank. But we'll see how SexyCake runs this one here. Is this year 1? Is that a shotgun on a Pulse?
Well, he's definitely trying to play it for a close tunnel play here. Again, he brings the barbed wire instead of C4 as well, which is an odd choice because C4 is so effective, especially on this bomb site. Seems like a strange choice. Hatch going to get open, though. That's going to put some pressure on him and servers. So he's going to have to potentially rotate or just play it really aggressive.
And there you go. Finally, we see the Buck being played. So it's good.
It's good.
Good to see the Buck.
Not the best bomb site for him to attack, but
unfortunately, but you do get the 2 frag grenades, so there's quite a bit to be done. You have to burn the ADSs first, though, from Bullet. But after that, it is a lot of damage that is possibly done here. Vitality moving in. They can just open up one hole here for the glass, just so they can watch through it. So from the servers, they'll have a long angle to go through. Though SexyCake is still in the back of the vault. He's getting information on his opponents. He can use the C4 whenever needed. It can relay it to Nesk. Usually it's the mirror that'll throw it first, and then it'll be the Pulse for the second.
Case, he's only got the barbed wire, so they're going to have to make sure that that mirror one counts.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah. It's a mystery. But either way, maybe that barbed wire will help.
And we'll see how we crack this one, Scoob. So Bibu still has one more Gajmot to throw into the back for the red hallway, and there we go. Oh no, it gets tagged up by the ADS. That was the last burn that they needed. Rafael will have to run in. Vitality with 18 seconds. What is that? An actual timed push. Nimira has all information against Bride, as the glass in the back doesn't really have a line of sight. Bride somehow getting the kill as they're using Bibu for bait. He gets the kill, but no, Nesk one more on to Bride. It's a 3v3. Bibu low on health. Spark watching the hatch from above as Bullet comes in from the server. The glass is watching in, so Zephyr just checking for the rotations. Bullet rotating in from the side. He might be able to push from the open area hatch, but Spark will get one more on to Nesk as Bullet will refrag Bibu in the back as well. The open area. SexyCake, unfortunately, not the best position to have that shotgun in hand. He'll try to run in against his opponent on the glass, and Zephyr will get the shot. Vitality on map at match point. 5-1.
Looking very good to take this home there. That was a nice initial attack. It seemed like their setup that wasn't even prepared for that bomb site. That seemed like a setup more to attack potentially CEO upstairs or even a Teller's push. But they certainly made it work. Got a little scrappy towards the end there, but overall that was a good push from Vitality and a nice push in from Rafael, taking advantage of the smoke, just running through the toxic gas right into his own team's smoke to just hide and go for the plant there in the corner and actually making it work. So we're going for a short tactical timeout here from Liquid. They are one round potentially away from being done here.
Need it here.
Yeah, now's the time to use it.
Yep. All right, well, we'll see Sensi putting his entire team really on Mark. It's a bit odd to see Liquid down in this fashion, but they have quite a bit of work to do. As this was something that really Vitality, this is exactly the same position that Vitality was in on map 2 Oregon.
Yeah. Well, it was a situation where Vitality didn't come back from it, and Liquid aren't looking like they're going to be able to either. As it's not like a 5-2, it's a 5-1. Yeah. This is looking really...
It's one less.
Yeah, it's one less. That's exactly... Good math. Well, we'll see how this goes, though. They're not looking like having fun. This is where it's the stress you see on their faces. We talked before about their Atlantic City win and how them having fun was an important part of it, just playing their game, doing their thing. The fact that I don't see fun on their faces here makes me think Vitality might close this up now.
Yep.
They're going to try lockers one more time. Sexy Cake, I would hope, going to switch off of that barbed wire and shotgun, but you never know. Could even 6-pick off the operator. Spark actually teasing the Jackal, but not actually sticking it.
I'll remind you that the tactical timeouts that are called by the players or by their coach is a 1-minute timeout, and both teams can talk in that time. So Vitality have been able to talk to one another.
How do we finish this now? So we can take a break for the rest of the day.
And this is the thing. They win now, they're playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Vitality just basically chill in the meantime, and they prepare against their opponents. They go back, they have their coaching staff, analysis, everything. They watch all the other games and make sure that they're ready for any potential opponent tomorrow, because they'll have to face against the winner of Norango versus Obey Alliance.
Well, looks like Vitality going to bring the same attacker lineup, and it's going to be the same bomb site. So, like I said, it doesn't necessarily seem like the best operator lineup for attacking this bomb site, but they're bringing double hard breachers this time. They're really going to give themselves some flexibility. And, I mean, it worked last round in terms of their attack working out, so we'll see, though. They're going to have to be a little bit smarter in terms of how they counter that push into the actual CCTV room, because the fact that they're able to just run in and plant in the smoke was definitely not the situation you want to be in. They don't have anything to see through smoke is the problem. The defenders aren't bringing a Maestro. They aren't bringing any bulletproof cameras as far as we can tell. They're not doing anything that's given them the ability to counter a smoke push. Not to mention one less C4 coming out of Pulse, because Pulse is the one who could potentially spot them in the room, which I'm gonna fault Sexy Cake for not catching that plant going down in terms of...
Does he have a C4 now?
Well, either way, he should have still been able to spot it, but yeah. I hope he has a C4. There we go.
Oh, but he's got an M1014.
Yeah, the shotgun was the least of the problems compared to the C4.
We could have only gotten one out of those two.
Yeah. The C4, though, that was the much more important one, especially against the smoke push.
All right, well, the Skylight hatch is going to be opened up. You see... utilities are actually set up by the server room stairs, but there's nobody in here. And I think there was an ADS as well that was on the top of the stairs. So, kind of wasted material, I guess.
Well, we'll see. They are going to be able to push that server stairs and take it fairly fast there. That was a good push. Sexy Cake, of course, going to spot them being in the room as he's working that whole gold vault, but doesn't do anything about it.
They're wasting no time in this.
No, they're just like, hey, let's take control, because they're not countering it. They don't have like someone playing behind those server stack or anything like that. They're going to be able to open up that wall for the glass angle to fight from there, which is exactly what you want to do when you're playing with the glass down there. Sparking up the hatches. Thermite did his job. They've got all the utility to win this now.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Because not a single hard breacher was taken out in this matchup, you're going to bring both of them.
You see them shoot the TVs as well to make sure that if there was any cameras stuck on those, they were going to fall off. Smart plays like that. Just quick way to take out any kind of a secret black eyes.
This is pretty impressive, actually, seeing Vitality usually being team
right?
stalls out for quite a bit.
So fast for them.
Now, Vitality are trying to bait out your smokes. As, of course, Team Liquid with Sexy Cake has fallen back, so he's playing the Gold Vault, trying to bait out utility. C4 will be the first thing out, and it'll do some damage to Rafael. It's actually quite a bit of damage, but not really able to finish him off. The Mira window, though, will get taken down. I think that was the Mira herself that was setting up for that play. I am... not too sure why. No, there's a mirror window in the back, I guess. As we did hear one Sexy Cake with the C4. Unfortunately, Bride has already come to the other side of the site. He's looking in for a potential peek from the red hallway as Bibu watching at the top of the hatch. Finally, they'll be able to drop, but Sexy Cake will go down to Bibu. Spark with one more as PSK turns it into a 4v2, but Bullets on the 4 is technically a 4v1. Vitality have a lot of manpower here to play against the smoke of Team Liquid as Spark will get the finisher on Bullet. Shotgun in hand, Bibu gets the last one, and there we go. Vitality, they get game number 1 here in the victory in Group A, and they are so ecstatic. The local team getting the first game on the board. This is definitely a LAN team, and they beat the Pro League Season 7 champions of Team Liquid. Vitality really looking good here with a 2-1 victory. That victory on Bank was so convincing.
Such a strong finish. I definitely would be worried about taking Vitality to Bank here in the future of this event.
There's definitely a lot here to be shown by Vitality. They're one of the best teams in Europe. They just haven't had really the best season to go through in Pro League or even in DreamHack. They made it to Grand Final in DreamHack.
Well, they got here, didn't they?
From DreamHack.
Yeah.
That was the qualification that they got. And you see every single round was pretty much in their hands, and Liquid were given no quarter. But in this position, you had like a 1v3. It's not gonna work out.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we're seeing most of the highlights actually from Liquid, but it was other few rounds they actually will.
I love this. Yeah. Nobody checked against Bibu. This is why you'll see Zofia chucking a lifeline into the site early on, because if it pops instantly, it means there is someone right behind the desk, and that's why that is done.
Yeah, but in this case, it's still just completely played it smart, and very well played by Vitality. It was, like you said, very convincing. It wasn't like, oh, they eked those wins out. Nope. Those were, even the last round, when they pushed in, you had Buck just standing up on the desk watching the angle.
It's odd to say this because Vitality is usually a super slow, methodical team that takes a lot of time to actually execute. Their execution is flawless once they actually get down to it. Unfortunately, that wasn't really the case today, as Team Liquid was very much not ready for facing a Vitality that changes their playstyle. What?
Yeah.
What?
It worked. It was only really one round where they aggressively did that, but that was an important round. But, yeah.
Okay. We'll recap what's happened so far, as Obey Alliance and Norengu are tied 1-1 as we speak. Of course, it is a 5-1 for Norengu on Bank. So if you want to watch that, head over very quickly to twitch.tv/Rainbow6 Bravo. In the meantime, it's a 2-1 victory for Vitality. They go up. Team Liquid will face the loser of Nora versus Obey Alliance. And of course, the winner of that matchup will go up against Vitality tomorrow. And of course, that team will make it through. The winner of that game will directly make it to the playoffs. But we'll recap the schedule, what we have in store for you today. Is, of course, this is Channel 1, twitch.tv/Rainbow6. We just saw Team Liquid losing out against Vitality. Well, next game, G2 Esports. This is Penta Sports' old lineup, picked up by G2 literally 3 days ago. They're playing against Mocket, a bitter rival as well in Europe. Then followed by Millennium, Immortals, and finally Rogue versus Team Secret. That is Channel 1. Channel 2, you saw our matches that we are going to have today. Fnatic, NIP, EG, Element Mystic, and FaZe versus Orglis. That is, of course, on Channel 2. Twitch.tv/Rainbow6 Bravo, as is displayed down on the
unless you're lacking in bandwidth, there's no reason not to be watching both, let's be honest.
Let's be honest. It's pretty darn entertaining play day, and you already see from the first 2 matches of the major in groups, it's pretty close.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't wait. There's a lot of things being hidden here. I can't wait for everybody to get to see the setup, the stage, what we have in store, especially for a lot of the viewers that are coming in, flying into Paris or driving in here.
And this is our first non-Montreal major as well, so this should be interesting.
Right in Europe.
Yeah.
Good coming home.
Good. It's good for Paris, though, especially for Vitality, who we have yet to see a LAN final. One outside of, I guess, maybe like a DreamHack or something, won by a French team in their home territory, especially would be the time to do it.
Yeah, we talked about Brazil back when we were in Sao Paulo. Maybe it'll be a change here in Paris. Vitality starting off strong. Game number 2, G2 versus Mocket, coming up right after this break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here on camera. Unfortunately, our players are not ready. So we're just here to tell you that we'll be back in, like 5 minutes, something like that. We'll make sure that our match is ready as the vetoes, the player setups, and everything are being done as we speak. And we'll be back for G2 versus Market. Nothing major. It's fine. It's only 5 minutes. But we thought it would be better to inform you instead of just adding 5 minutes on the timer. So I guess it's our nice side showing for once.
Love you.
Okay. We'll be back in 5 minutes for G2 versus Market.
Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Legion by Lenovo.